Hey everyone, how's it going? For today's fun lesson, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a bowl of cacti. Now this is a really fun lesson. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this one. Now some things you're going to need for this are going to be pencils, something to draw with, or else something to draw with like that, an eraser, some paper, and then something to color with like crayons, markers, things like that. I like using a variety, but I would definitely say crayons or colored pencils would be a really good one for this lesson. So I hope you guys follow along and enjoy this video today. Now, to begin with our cactus lesson, we want to build the bowl. So you want to find the middle of your paper and go down just a little bit. So I'm going to start right about here, and to make my bowl, you just want to make a nice line that goes straight across. Next, you're going to start here, you're going to draw a line that's going to curve down, and then it's going to come back up like this for a half circle shape. And right at the bottom, I'm going to make two little lines that come down, and then just a little line that curves right across the bottom, just to show that where the bottom of the bowl is. Next, what I want to do is I want to draw the different types of cactus in here, and there's so many different types of cactus that you can draw. Now, I like to make a few small ones in front, so the first thing I'm going to do is just make a small circle shape right here in the front like this. Along the top, I'm just going to add a few little zigzag pointy lines for the top here. Now I want to also add like some different little succulents in here. So I'm going to start right here and just make a little line that's just going to kind of go up and down, kind of wavy. And I'm going to repeat this just a few times, just to kind of make a little bit more of a succulent plant. So I'm just going to add some little points coming out of here, right around there. Now, we want to add some taller cacti in the back. One way you can do this is make a really simple one. All you have to do is just draw a line that's going to come up nice and tall. It's going to curve around, and then it's going to come down. And I'm going to make sure it comes down right behind one of these other little cactuses. Now, we can add some other different ones in here as well. Another really easy one is just start right here, and I'm going to make a little line that's just going to curve around. We'll bring it down to here. Then you just want to add some more circles right along here as well. I'll put one over here too. And then finally, I'm going to make one more simple cactus. This one is kind of like a hot dog. I'll start in a random spot. I'm going to make a tall, skinny oval like this. Then I'm going to draw another tall, skinny oval coming down here. And then one more right here. And I like to have an odd number of cacti in here, just that way it makes it look a little bit more interesting. Now, our next step is you want to add some different detail onto your cacti, and there's lots of different ways to do this. One simple way is to start on the top of your cacti and just draw some different little lines coming down like this. Since this one's curved, I'm going to make some curved lines on it. One like this, I can do some different things. You could repeat that pattern, or you could even make some wavy lines coming down here, just to kind of separate it and break it up a bit. Now, some cactuses might not even have any lines, but they can have those spikes on there. To do this, just add a bunch of little lines sticking out of here, coming out in random different spots. And I'm just going to fill this up all around here in some different spots like this. You could also add different patterns like this. Even little X's can look like small spikes on your cactus or little needles. And I'm just going to put these in some different spots. Even little simple things like dots on here can add a really nice texture to your different cactuses. And some cactuses even have different flowers and stuff on them. So you can always go and add some different flowers on each of these, just to make it look a little bit more interesting. And you can get kind of fancy with the flowers as well, just to add something different onto these. Now, once you're done with your cactus and all your details, then you want to add some designs onto the bowl. What I like to do is just break up my bowl into some different sections. And then this way I can put some different designs on here. I'm just going to add some different little lines and designs on here. You can use lines, you could use shapes to decorate your bowl. You could use all sorts of things that you think might look interesting on here and create a
cool looking piece of artwork. So I'm just going to add a few different little line textures on here just to add some neat little things. And then you can also add something on the base of the bowl as well. Now, once you're done with that, then we want to add the background. And to do the background, you want to start at the edge of your paper and you want to draw a straight line across. Now, I like to put mine behind the bowl. Don't line it up here at the top because it won't look right. I'm just going to put mine here. I'm going to draw a straight line over. I'm going to jump over here and then draw a line across. We call that a horizon line. It's going to break apart the top and bottom of our paper. Now, once we're done with this, then our next step is to begin the coloring part of our cactus bowl. Now, when it comes to coloring these, we're going to be using a couple different materials. We're going to be using crayons and markers. Now, when using crayons, you want to get some different shades of green and even some yellow and some blue to kind of mix in there as well. And then markers, you can use any colors. Now, when coloring these, what I like to do is I like to start by making one side of all my cactuses darker and then the other side a little bit lighter. And there's lots of different ways you can do this. On something like this, you could always go ahead and start by coloring nice and dark on one side of your cactus with a dark green. And then you could always come in here with a medium shade of green to kind of lighten it up just a bit. And I can do this right in the middle, cover over that other green just a little bit. And then I can just finish it off with a much lighter green on the end. So that's one way to kind of blend in some colors and add a different little bit of effect in there. Kind of give it a nice little shading effect. So you can do that. You could also go and take a nice light green and you could color one of your cactuses, the entire thing, with a nice light green color. So you could color all that light green. Then you could come in here with a little bit of a darker green and just color over it on one side to kind of give it a little bit of that shadow effect. And also, don't be afraid to go and try to use some different things like blues and yellows. So if I come in here with a darker green on one of these cactuses and just color it with a nice dark green, I'll color that whole thing, just filling it in, getting all of my white spots. You can always try to take a little bit of yellow and bring it in just to kind of like highlight some different areas. And you could always take a little bit of blue and just really lightly on one side color in some of the blue, and that will just kind of blend it in, give it a little bit of a different color, and make it look pretty cool. So there's lots of different ways to color your cactus picture. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to begin coloring my whole cactus picture with my crayons. And then once I'm done with that, then I'm going to use markers down here on the base, and then I'm going to use two different colored crayons just to color my background. And when I color the background, I want to go really, really light with the crayons. And I'm probably going to stay away from something like green because I'll just blend in with this. And there you go, there is your little crayon and marker cactus drawing. So you can see that I blended in some different shades of green in here to make my cactus. I went really light with some crayons in the background for two different colors, and then I just did two color patterns on here for my bowl. But if you want to use more colors than that, you can go right ahead. But there you go. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed.